ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we were discussing Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 15. Yesterday we completed. So today we will be starting with chapter 16, which is entitled The Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan. So I will read the summary of this chapter as given by Srila Prabhupada. Then we'll take turns to read each verse. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the following summary of this chapter in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya indirectly presented many obstructions. In due course of time, all the devotees of Bengal, they visited Jagannath Puri for the third year. This time, all the wives of the Vaishnavas brought many types of food, intending to extend invitations to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. When the devotees arrived, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent his blessings in the form of garlands. In that year also, the Gundicha temple was cleansed, and when the Chaturmasya period was over, all the devotees returned to their homes in Bengal. So just to give an idea here, what is happening is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we all know, is in Jagannath Puri, and he wants to go to Vrindavan. And first time he tried, his attempt was defeated by Srila Advaitacharya, and he took him to Shantipur, and so Nityananda Prabhu, he distracted him thinking that this is Yamuna, but it was actually Ganga river, and basically they wanted him to meet Shachi Mata and all the Navadvip devotees so that they would be pacified. So the first attempt was defeated by the intervention of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya. Now, second time he wanted to go, but he went to South India too instead. So this is the second time that he is attempting to go to Vrindavan. And now we will see what happens is Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, they are giving reasons that now Chaturmas is started, so we should not go travel anywhere. Then when again Kartik comes, then you can travel. So that we will see further. So devotees are trying to keep him back only for the reason of fear of separation from him. So this year, in that year also, the Gundicha temple was cleansed. And when the Chaturmasya period was over, all the devotees returned to their homes in Bengal. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forbade Nityananda to visit Nilachala every year. Questioned by the inhabitants of Kulinagram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again repeated the symptoms of a Vaishnava. So some devotees from Kulinagram, they asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a Vaishnava? And thus, in answer to them, he repeated the symptoms of a Vaishnava. Then Vidyanidhi also came to Jagannath Puri and saw the festival of Odana Shashti. Odana Shashti, that we will see further as we go. When the devotees bade farewell to the Lord was determined to go to Vrindavan. And on the day of Vijayadashmi, he departed. So kindly pay attention. This is a humble request. At the end of the session, we will have a short quiz. Okay, so we can summarize what we have discussed. So on the day of Vijayadashmi, he departed. Then Maharaj Pratap Rudra made various arrangements for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's trip to Vrindavan. When he crossed the river Chitrotpala, Ramananda Rai, Mardaraj and Harichandan went with him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Gadadhar Pandit to return to Nilachal, Jagannath Puri, but he did not abide by his order. From Katak, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again requested Gadadhar Pandit to return to Nilachala, and he bade farewell to Ramananda Rai from Bhadrak. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu crossed the border of Orissa state and he arrived at Panihati by boat. Thereafter, he visited the house of Raghav Pandit, and from there he went to Kumarhatta and eventually to Kulia. And Kulia is the place where he excused many offenders. He forgave them, including Gopal Chapla, who had offended Srivas Pandit. From there, he went to Ramakeli, where he saw Sri Rup and Sri Sanatan and accepted them as his chief disciples. Returning from Ramakeli, he met Raghunath Das and after giving him instructions, sent him back home. Thereafter, the Lord returned to Nilachala and began to make plans to go to Vrindavan without a companion. So this is the second time he returns back from Ramakeli and he is not able to go to Vrindavan even this time. That is why the chapter is named The Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan. This is the second time. Okay, so let us dive into the nectar of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 16, Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan. Shameshwari Mataji, shloka number 1. Please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Gaudo Udayam Gaura Megha.
You can say normally how we say Bhagavatam shlokas, Mataji, because this meter is different.
This is not a Chaitanya Charitamrita.
No, it is not.
Okay. Just a moment, Mataji.
Gaudodhyanam Gauramekhaha.
Gaudodhyanam Gauramekhaha Sincham Swaloka Amarte.
Gaudodhyanam Gauramekhaha.
Gaudodhyanam Gauramekhaha
Sinchan Swalokanamritaihi.
Sinchan Swalokanar Amritaihi
Bhavagni Dagdha Janata.
Bhavagni Dagdha Janata
Virudhaha Samajivayat.
Viruddha Samajivayat. Translation. Translation
Yes,
by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By the nectar of his personal glance, the cloud known as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu poured water upon the garden of Gauda Desha and revived the people who were like creepers and plants burning in the forest fire of material existence. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, some places there are Sanskrit shlokas and some places there are Bengali shlokas. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains here how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like a cloud, pours water, rainwater. Like that, the cloud, the personal glance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is like a cloud, he was glancing upon everyone in the Gauda Desha in Bengal. So the Gauda Desh was like a garden and the glance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like cloud pouring water. And the revived people, the people who got the benefit of his glance, They were like the creepers and the plants burning in the forest fire of material existence. Such a beautiful analogy. Just by hearing, to feel so soothing, right? So this is the skill of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, a pure devotee of Lord Chaitanya, who is bathing us by his mercy through his narration. So let us glorify text 2, Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Jaya Nanda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of the Lord. Thank you, Mataji. Dandal Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Text
Krishna.
3, Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams. Prabhu rahaila icha yaite vrindavana shuniya pratapa rudra haila vimana. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to go to Vrindavana, and Maharaja Prataparudra became very morose upon hearing this news. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Raja Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarvabhama Ramananda Duni Duni Jana Duna Ke Kahana Raja Vinaya Vachana. Hare Krishna Mataji. The king therefore called for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Raya, and he spoke the following submissive words to them. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So the king is very much in separation. At least he gets to see the Lord from far, even though the Lord is not meeting him. So if the Lord goes away, he cannot even take the darshan of the Lord. So he is very much in distress, and he called for the meeting of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Raya. Yes, Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. नीलाधरी चादी प्रभुरा मन अन्यत्र याइते तोमार कर यत्न ताहरे राक्षिते. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Endeavored to give Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here at Jagannath Puri. For now, he is thinking of going elsewhere.
Yes, Mataji, please read
For
the
now, he
translation.
is thinking of going elsewhere. Tanha vinai raja morena bhayam goshani rakite karaha nana upayam.
Hare Krishna. Shameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandal Pranam Mataji. Text 6 Mataji, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Taha vina e raja mora nahi bhaya gosai rakhite karaha nana upaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Without Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this kingdom is not pleasing to me. Therefore, please try to devise some plan to enable the Lord to stay here. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we see the eagerness, the intense greed of Prataparudra Maharaj here, and how attached he is to serving the Lord. The whole kingdom is the king of Orissa. Still, it is not pleasing to him without the Lord's seva, without the Lord. So, great lesson to learn. Just like Shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahinam. That symptom is exhibited here. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Ramananda Sarvabhauma Jui Jana Sthane Tabe Yukti Kare Prabhu Yaba Vrindavane. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself consulted with Ramananda Raya and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, saying, I shall go to Vrindavan. Thank you, Mataji.
Shobha Mataji. Shobha N.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Text 8. धने का है रथ यात्रा कर दर्शना दर्शना कार्तिक कार्तिक आइले थाबे करिहा गमना. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramanandaraya and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya requested the Lord to first observe the Rath Yatra festival. Then, when the month of Kartika arrived, he could go to Vrindavana. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Hare.
So after Rath Yatra, when the Lord wanted to go, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Rai, they postponed, saying that you can go in Kartik. And then Uma Mataji, text 9.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Kartika aile kahe ebe mahashita dola yatra dekhiya ho yehi bhala dita. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. However, when the month of Kartika came, they both told the Lord, now it is very cold. It is better that you wait to see the Dola Yatra festival and then go. That will be very nice. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So Dola Yatra comes usually in the spring season, around in March, April. So this is how they are giving reasons so that he can stay back. And they are
Mataji,
saying you
what
can
is-
go after
what
Dola
is-
Yatra. Dola
what is
Yatra is like Shobha Yatra, Mataji. Like they take the Lord for procession in Jagannath Puri.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Rath Yatra is not only festival. There are many festivals throughout the year. So Dola Yatra is one of them. Text 10. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. आजी काली करी उठाया विविधा उपाया याईते समाति ना देया विच्छेदेरा भया. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, they both presented many impediments, indirectly not granting the Lord permission to go to Vrindavana. They did this because they were afraid of separation from him. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Text 11. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. यद्यपि स्वतंत्र प्रभु नाये निवारणे रना भक्ता इच्छा विना प्रभु ना करे गमना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Although the Lord is completely independent and no one can check him, he still did not go without the permission of his devotees. Thank you, Mataji.
So, although the Lord is Swarat, in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is described absolute truth as Abhigya Swarat. He is independent. He can go if he wants to go. Nobody can stop him. But still, he wants to go only with the permission of his devotees, setting an example for all of us. Even before we had discussed, whenever we want to go out anywhere for any yatra, dham yatra especially, we should take permission and blessings of seniors and of our fellow devotees to pray for us. So the Lord is following perfect etiquettes and he is not going independently. Dr. K. Karpagavalli, Mataji, text 12. हाँ प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्ण.
तिथ्यावसारे सभा जोटे भक्त गना इला चले सबीर सबतरा अइले मना. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. Then for the third year, all the devotees of Bengal wanted to return again to Jagannath Puri. Thank you, Mother.
Yes. So this is the third year when the devotees had to return back from Bengal to Jagannath. Hare Krishna. Devotees can mute. Text 13. Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम. सभी मेली गेला अद्वैता आचार्य रा पाशे प्रभु हृदय कीते आचार्य चलीला उल्लासे. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the Bengali devotees gathered around Advaita Acharya and in great jubilation the Acharya departed for Jagannath Puri to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So this is the departure of all the Bengali devotees from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. And they are all surrounding Advaita Acharya. Some are exchanging gifts, and in great jubilation, the Acharya departed for Jagannath Puri to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 14 and 15, Rajya Lakshmi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। यद्यपि प्रभु रागना गुदते रहिते नित्यानंद प्रभु के प्रेमा भक्ति पराक्षिते तथापि चलीला महाप्रभु हरे देखिते नित्यानंदेरा प्रेमा चेष्टा का परे बूजिते। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। Translation: Although the Lord told Nityananda Prabhu to stay in Bengal and spread ecstatic love of God, Nityananda left to go see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who can understand Nityananda Prabhu ecstatic love. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are not different. And Nityananda Prabhu, being an avadhut, nobody could understand his behavior and activities. So even though the Lord instructed him not to come to Jagannath Puri, still Nityananda Prabhu is on his way to Jagannath Puri in ecstatic love. So who can understand his ecstatic love? Next, 16 and 17, Shobha Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी। आचार्य रत्न विद्यानिधि श्रीवास रामाय वासुदेव मुरारी गोविंदाती तुला भाई राघव पंडित निज जाली सजना कुलीन ग्रामवासी चले पट्टा धोरिलाना। Translation by S. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki. All the devotees of Navadvipa departed, including Acharya Ratna, Vidyaniti, Srivasa, Ramai, Vasudeva, Murari, Govinda and his two brothers, and Raghava Pandita, who took bags of assorted goods. The inhabitants of Kulina, Grama, carrying silken ropes, also departed. Hare Krishna Dandot Mataji Hari.
Thank you. So devotees, please note which are the devotees who departed from Bengal to Jagannath Puri, and each devotee is famous for something. We'll not go into the details, but just to give example, Raghav Pandit Jhali. Jhali means bag. So Raghav Pandit was famous for carrying different varieties of foods cooked by himself and his sister Damayanti, who would cook such food items for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which would stay for 3 to 6 months. So dry bhoga, like that. And his thali or his bag was famous as Raghavera Jhali. And the inhabitants of Kulina Gram, they carried silken ropes for Jagannath's Rath Yatra. So Kulina, the ropes for Rath Yatra would come from Kulina Gram. So these are the smaller details. We will have quiz at the end, so please note. Next text 18, Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danda Pranam. Kandavasi Narahari Sri Raghunananda Sri Raghunandana Sarva Bhakta Chale Tare Ke Gare Ganana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Narahari and Sri Raghunathanandana, who were from the village of Kanda, and many other devotees also departed. Who can count them? Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji.
So this is the place also called Sri Khanda. Sri Khanda or Khanda. And who was coming from there? So many devotees. Who can count them? Headed by Narahari and Sri Raghunandan. He is the same Raghunandan who gave the laddu, offered the bhoga to Gopinath deity, and he cried, and Gopinath accepted the bhoga. And then his father said, okay, offer this laddu. And then since Gopinath had already accepted a full meal, he ate only half laddu and kept it back, half laddu back. And that half laddu is still there in Khanda. If any of you visit next time, Sri Khanda, which is in East near in West Bengal, then you can see that it is there. It's kept in a box, that half laddu, preserved still. So this is how the devotees who are so famous in the pages of Chaitanya Charitamrita, so dear to the Lord, they are coming every year to see the Lord during Jagannath Rath Yatra. Text 19, Shameshwari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी दंडवत प्रणाम. शिवानंद सेना करे गती समाधाना सबरे पालन करी सुखेला ना याना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shivananda Sen, who was in charge of the party, made arrangements to clear the tax collecting centers. He took care of all the devotees and happily traveled with them. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, very important seva. When we go for yatra, it is so important to take care of all the arrangements, staying arrangement, prasadam arrangements, then the tolls that we have to pay in between, taxes. So Shivananda Sen is such a devotee who would every year take this seva voluntarily and make all the arrangements to clear the tax collecting centers. And also he took care of all the devotees, their accommodation, their happy traveling on the way to Jagannath Puri. Text 20, Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी. सभारा सर्व कार्य करे न देना वासा स्थान शिवानंद जाने उड़िया पतेरा संधान. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shivananda Sena took care of all the necessities the devotees required. In particular, he made arrangements for residential quarters and he knew the roads of Orissa. Thank you, Mataji.
Uma Mataji, text 21.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी. सेवत सारा प्रभु देखिते सब ठाकुरानी चलीला आचार्य संगे अच्युत जननी. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. That year, all the devotees' wives, Thakuranis, also went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sita Devi, the mother of Achyutananda, went with Advaita Acharya.
Yes. So these are the names of the Thakuranis, the Vaishnavis. The wives also went along with their husbands to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who is Sita Devi? This is Sita Thakurani, the mother of Achyutananda, the wife of Advaita Acharya. Text 22, Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी दंडवत प्रणाम. श्रीवास पंडित सगे चलीला माडिनी शिवानंद सगे चले तन्हारा गृहिणी. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srivasa Pandita also took his wife Malini, and the wife of Shivananda Sena also went with her husband. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, very good. The wife of Shivananda Sen, the name is not mentioned, but the wife of Srivas Pandit is Malini, and Advaita Acharya's wife is Sita Thakur. Text 23, Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी. दंडवत प्रणाम. शिवानंदेरा बालका नाम चैतन्य दासा ते हो चली आचे प्रभु रे देखिते उल्लास. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chaitanya Dasa, the son of Shivananda Sena, also jubilantly accompanied them as they went to see the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Shivananda Sen's son's name was Chaitanya Das. Text 24. Yes, Dr. K. Tappagavalli.
आचार्य रत्ना संगी चाली टंकारा ग्रनी तन्हारा प्रेमेरे दादा कहते न जाने. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. The wife of Chandrasekhara Acharya Ratna also went. I cannot describe the greatness of Chandrasekhara's love for the Lord. Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Chandrasekhar Acharya is the one in whose house Sanatan Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time. That we will see later. So his name is also Acharya Ratna, Chandrasekhar or Acharya Ratna. And each devotee had special love, great love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that they could not stay in Bengal. Every year they would go to meet the Lord. Yes, Shobha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji, 625. Sabhata Kurani Mahaprabhu ke Diksha Gite Prabhura Nana Priya Dravya Nila Graha Haike. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. To offer Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu various types of food, all the wives of the great devotees brought from home various dishes that pleased Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Text 26. Anybody else would like to read? Those who have not got a chance yet. Rameshwari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी धन्यवाद प्रणाम शिवानंद सेना करे सब समानता घटी घटियाला
Yala Prabodhi Dena.
या प्रबोधि देना सबरे वासस्थान Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As stated, Shivananda Sen made all arrangements for the party's necessities. In particular, he
Pacified.
he pacified the men in charge of levying taxes and found resting places for everyone. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Chandana Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी भक्ष्यादिया करे न सबारा सर्वत्र पालने परमानंदे याना प्रभुरा दर्शने. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shivananda Sena also supplied food to all the devotees and took care of them along the way. In this way, feeling great happiness, he went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. Thank you, Mataji. Haribol.
So one point to be noted here is every devotee is so much eager to see the Lord, but that does not mean that they neglected other devotees on the way. Each one is exchanging loving exchanges with each other, and Shivananda Sen is taking care of all the devotees, their necessities, whether they are properly rested, whether they are getting enough food, whether they are not harassed by the tax collectors on the way. So this is a very important point to note, that when we are approaching the Supreme Lord, when we are engaged in devotional activities to please the Lord, one should not think that we can directly approach the Lord and neglect the devotees on the way. In fact, to go to the Lord, the easiest way and the most favorite way is to please the devotees, by which the Lord will be most pleased. So because Shivananda Sen was engaged in taking care of devotees' necessities every year, the Lord was very, very, very merciful, as we will see further. Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी शिवानंद सेना करे सब समाधान.
Text 28.
28. Okay, sorry. रेमुनाय आशिया कैला गोपीनाथ दर्शन आचार्य करीला ताहान कीर्तना नर्तना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When they all arrived at Remuna, they went to see Lord Gopinatha. In the temple there, Advaita Acharya danced and chanted. Thank you, Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Text 29. Navakishori Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम. नित्यानंदेरा परिचय साबा सेवका सने Bahuta samana aisi kaila sevaka gani. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the priests of the temple had been previously acquainted with Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, they all came to offer great respect to the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
So since Nityananda Prabhu had been coming every year and he had also been to Remuna, the priests there in the temple, they knew Nityananda Prabhu. So they all came to offer great respects to the Lord. Yes. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandapana. Sei Ratri Sabha Mahanta Tahani Rahila Bhara Kshira Ani Age Sevak Dharila. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That night, all the great devotees remained in the temple, and the priests brought 12 pots of condensed milk, which they placed before Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Pranam.
Does anyone remember the name of the kheer that is offered to Kheer Chor Gopinath at Remuna? We have already seen this. Something from A, which is tasting nectarian. So it
Can I,
has been...
Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm sorry if nobody's answering.
Yes, please.
Amrut Keli.
Yes, very good. Amrita Keli. Just by remembering these names also we get purified, because they are not ordinary food items. Yeah? Hare Krishna. Text 31. Shobha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Dandatna Mataji. Shira Bhangi Sabhare Lila Prabhu Nityananda Shira Prasadha Phana Sabhara Bhadila Ananda. Translation by Yes Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Lila Prabhupada. When the condensed milk was placed before Nityananda Prabhu, he distributed the prasada and thus everyone's transcendental bliss increased. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 32. Chandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranams. Madhava Purira Katha Gopala Sthapana Tana Re Gopala Eche Magila Chandana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. They then all discussed the story of Sri Madhavendra Puri's installation of the Gopala deity, and they discussed how Gopala begged sandalwood from him. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So we have also discussed this story as they all discussed Madhavendra Puri's installation of the Gopal deity. Does anybody want to say in short what is this story? Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna. No, Mataji, I raised my hand for reading, Mataji.
No problem, Mataji. Do you remember this story we had heard? Remuna, Kheer Chor Gopinath.
Yeah, vaguely, Mataji.
Yes.
He was feeling,
Gopal.
Gopal was feeling very hot, very warm.
Yes.
So
he
told
came in the
Madhavendra Puri to go to Jagannath Puri and then bring chandan and come and apply on his body.
Yes.
And that means sandalwood.
Yes.
Yeah. But then he was feeling very hot because he was under the bush, bush of a tree. So he had to take him and then apply. So all the villagers also came and helped them.
Yes.
Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, correct, Mataji. Please go ahead. And then another dream came. And
oh, not much, Mataji. I don't remember so much.
Okay, very nice. Thank you.
Mataji,
Yes,
can I continue?
Yes, Chandana.
Yes, Mataji. Madhavendra Puri did not get permission to get the sandalwood from, I don't remember the place, but actually he needed to get a lot of permission. So Gopala appeared in his dream and asked him to apply the chandan to Lord Jagannath, I think, maybe.
To Kheer Chor Gopinath.
To Kheer Chor Gopinath. And And here, there he applied, and here he became cool and he was satisfied.
Yes. So he said, I am not different from Gopinath, so need not carry all the way back to Vrindavan. You can apply Chandan to Kirchor Gopinath in Remuna. So the deity of Gopal in Vrindavan, who is now in Nathdwara, the same deity is in Nathdwara. So the same deity, Gopal, is saying to Madhavendra Puri that I am not different from Gopinath in Remuna. And there in Remuna, these devotees are remembering this pastime, as we are all remembering. Text 33. Thank you, Matajis. Yes, Shameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Taralagi, text 33. Can you see, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. My screen was frozen, so I was not able to move the shloka. ताहार लागी गोपीनाथा क्षीर चूरी कैला महाप्रभुर मुखे आगे एक कथा सुनीला. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It was Gopinath who stole condensed milk for the sake of Madhavendra Puri. This incident had been previously related by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So that is why he became known as Kirchor Gopinath, because he stole the pot of milk for Madhavendra Puri. So today's last shloka we will take, text 34. Raja Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Seikata sabara madhye kaha nityananda suniya vaishnava mane badila ananda. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. This same narration was again related by Lord Nityananda to all the devotees, and their transcendental bliss increased as they heard the story again. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Yes, Mataji, can you read the purport also, please?
Purport?
Yes,
The words Mahaprabhura Mukhe from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are significant because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first heard the story of Madhavendra Puri from his spiritual master Sripada Ishwara Puri, Sri Madhya Lila, chapter 4, verse 18. After staying at Sri Advaita's house in Shantipura for some time, the Lord narrated the story of Madhavendra Puri to Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda Prabhu, Damodara Prabhu and Mukunda Dasa. When they went to Remuna to the temple of Gopinatha, he described Madhavendra Puri's installation of the Gopal deity as well as Gopinath's stealing condensed milk. Due to this incident, Lord Gopinatha became well known as Kshira Chora, the thief who stole condensed milk. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. So this story, this narration was narrated personally by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to 3 people along with Nityananda Prabhu. That is totally 4 people. And this is on his first time to Jagannath Puri from Shantipur. So when he met Shachimata and all the devotees after taking sannyas at Shantipur. And then when he was coming to Jagannath Puri, on the way they came to Remuna. And he told this story of Kirchor Gopinath and Gopal deity to Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda Pandit Prabhu, Damodar Pandit Prabhu and Mukunda Das. And this is how this is remembered by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and written down in the Chaitanya Charita. So we are so fortunate that we have been hearing from the lotus mouth of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami the same pastime which was narrated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And this narration was again related by Nityananda Prabhu. So this is happening in Parampara. When Nityananda Prabhu is coming with all the Bengali devotees to Jagannath Puri, he narrated the same pastime to them, remembering that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had narrated this earlier. And thus all the devotees relished the pastime of Gopal and Gopinath. And then further after this, there is a pastime which we will not be able to complete. That is why we will stop here. But we will have a short quiz on what we have discussed till now. So devotees, please feel free. Even if it is wrong, no problem. Nobody is perfect here. We are all trying our best. So just by remembering, trying to remember, we will remember. And that is the perfection. Because after hearing, there should be meditation upon what we have heard. Smarana. Then our Shravanam becomes more meaningful and more pakka. It becomes absorbed. So let us try our best to do this Smaranam. When the devotees of Jagannath Puri tried to persuade Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to stay back from going to Vrindavan, after 2 years, the third year, which was the day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually left to go to Vrindavan, as we discussed in the summary. Which is the day that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left? On which day he left for the second attempt to go to Vrindavan? It was, yes, Padma Mataji?
To figure out.
Yes, Mataji, try.
Mataji, was it in the Kartik month, Mataji?
No.
No.
Kartik month is the devotees gave him, reasons that you can go in Kartik after Chaturmas. But actually, after Kartik, he left.
Dola Yatra festival.
No, they said after Kartik, you please wait. Yes, Madhavi? No.
In the month of Magha.
And the Vijayadashmi?
Yes, on the day of Vijayadashmi, he left. Very good, very good. Thank you. Very nice. Okay. So, see, as we are discussing, even if it is wrong, we are remembering so many other names also. So, it is good for our memory. So, next, when devotees from Bengal were coming to Jagannath Puri, who was asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not to come, but still he was coming to Jagannath Puri?
Nityananda Prabhu.
Yes, Nityananda Prabhu. Very good. Then, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was going, he wanted to go to Vrindavan. Who were the two devotees who tried to keep him back by telling him many reasons?
Sarvabhauma
Ramananda Raya.
Yes, Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Very nice, very nice. Who is the wife of Srivas Thakur? What is the name of?
Malini.
Yes, Malini is the wife of Srivas Thakur. And who is the wife of Advaitacharya?
Sita Devi.
Sita Thakurani. Yes, Sita Thakurani. And who is the son of Advaitacharya? He had 10 sons. The last one is Achyutananda. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Then, yes, who is famous for his food carrying in the bag? What is his name? And what is his bag's name?
Raghava Pandit.
Yes, Raghav Pandit. Raghavera Jhali. Jhali means bag. Yes, very good. And who is the devotee who arranged for all the devotees' accommodation on the way, prasadam?
That is Shivananda Singh.
Shivananda Sena.
Yes. Shivananda Sen's son's name was
Chaitanya Das.
Chaitanya Das. Very good. Very nice. Thank you so much,
One
Mataji.
Sen had arranged for taxes and all. No?
Yeah. In just like here we have tolls at different places. Like that in Bengal also, when we cross certain border, like Bengal to Orissa, then even within, there are many taxes.
Because he was also responsible for their accommodation also. Because I was thinking that he was responsible for paying taxes only.
No. Yeah, paint access is going from one place to another. Yes,
Mhm.
but it would take many days, right, to reach. So the devotees, when they would stay back that night,
Okay, understood.
he would make arrangement for that night. Wherever they would be, they would stay there. So he would go a little further and make sure that before today's sunset, everything is arranged for the devotees. So it is a
Yes.
great job, no?
Yes,
We
yes.
can imagine when we go for yatra, how difficult it is. Everything is already arranged and then we just go and stay in the room. But as the devotees are walking, they have to go on the way. And he knew many places in Orissa. So he was well aware and he was utilizing his skills to serve the devotees to the best. So we'll stop here. Thank you so much. Any questions, any comments? We can take them for 2 minutes. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji, thanks for organizing
Mataji,
this session.
this is
It's more
this
like a
session
revision for
is-
us after we heard the entire lesson. It's more like a revision. So thank you for that, Mataji.
Yeah, that was nice.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Mother, this shield chore is in Puri, no, now, Orissa?
In Remuna. Remuna is in, it's around 6 hours by road. Yes, it is in Orissa only, but it is from
You have to go-
Jagannath Puri, it is 6 hours.
Yeah, so you had traveled 6 hours from there,
Yes.
from Puri.
Hare Krishna Mataji, but Tota Gopinath is in Orissa, no, in Puri, no Mataji?
Yes, yes. Tota Gopinath is in Jagannath Puri. Yes.
So how long you had to go, Mataji, from Orissa? From Puri? Or Tota
Where?
Gopinath?
To
Tota
Tota Gopinath?
Yeah.
It is within Puri. It is the place where Gadadhar Pandit used to stay in Jagannath Puri. It is within the vicinity of Jagannath Puri temple and the ocean. So it is in between.
Okay. Now, how do you go there, Mataji? When you go to Puri,
You can go by walk, Mataji. From Jagannath Puri temple, it is very close.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
All
Mataji.
glories to
Thank you so
Srila Prabhupada. All glories to
Jai.
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj
Ki
ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.
Ki jai.
Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Samasta Guru Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa
Yasna kripa
sindhubhya Patithanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaste. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Gurudev ki jai.
Sudha Mataji.
Priya Mataji ki jai. Thank you,
Thank you
Mataji.
very much,
A
Mataji.
wonderful session. Please do keep coming for our CC sessions and giving such wonderful sessions.
Thank you.
Mataji. Thank you so much.
Mataji.